hit at Panama and Mexico Beach at around 1:30 today. This is a boat down on Bayshore Drive in Valparaiso by Eglin Air Force Base. You see the dock is just about underwater with that storm surge of the water. Amazing, isn't that? Sure, there's a bunch of boats out here drifting around because they didn't put long enough lines on those anchors, because they didn't think about the storm surge with the water rising. So a lot of the boats were moved out to the center of this channel here yesterday, but I don't think they quite thought about the water rising, because the predicted water rise was to be up to 9 feet on this particular area. Here's 2 boats just together, and I can't remember if there's a dock there or not, but there's some pylons. These guys are right together. The water's way, way up. Here's some people coming down, checking on their boat. They probably just brought it back in, because they had to put them all out in the middle of the bay. So, a lot of these people left loose dock lines so they'd have a little freeway for the boat to move as the water rises. Here's a dock that's absolutely in the water. The birds are having a wonderful time with that. See all that? That's a dock that is right at the water level, just at the submerged point. Again, this is Bayshore Drive in Valparaiso, Florida. Look at this. That's a dock. You see that? See, I can zoom it in a little. This is a dock at Bayshore Drive. See the stairs that disappear into the water? It's pretty calm now because the eye of the storm is going through Marietta, Florida at the current moment. It has picked up another mile per hour in travel time. It is up to 15 miles per hour travel time. And the winds have knocked down to about 140 an hour. Now, bear in mind that they say trailer houses, you should evacuate them when the wind gets up to about 50, but you know, they tow them on the highway at 60 miles per hour, and they don't self-destruct. This is a little private beach down by Eglin Air Force Base, and you can see all the beach markers are just about submerged. This is people coming down to look at this, see how messy it is down here. There's some more cars out on the road now because it's about clear. And it's a shame that most of the business is closed because, again, that little dock, it's a little pier for the kids to jump off of, is absolutely submerged. It's invisible. The wind right now is probably about 30 miles an hour. It's going to decrease every half hour after this. By about 6 p.m., the wind will be down in this particular area about 17 miles per hour. So all that boarding up and all that mess that people tried to do was worthless because it was nowhere near the eye of the storm. And I kind of knew that. Closing of businesses was a little bit worthless because the people that stayed open made bank-ola. They're laughing all the way to the bank, right? Or as Liberace said, crying all the way to the bank. Here is the water has come up over here. It was surging earlier, and it's run right up into the parking right here. So all this back area is kind of flooded because it's coming right up out of the ocean. Okay, this here is the boat loading ramp at Lincoln Park in Valparaiso. You can see it's just at the water, right where you walk onto it. Be very careful about stuff like this because sometimes they'll come loose. It's not a good idea to be walking on it until that water level drops down. Make sure it's safe. No joke. Okay, still on Bayshore Drive. There's another view. See how much water is in there? It's sitting in the water. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I imagine the surges will settle in the next 24 hours. It'll be alright. There's very little rain. The wind is dying. Let's see what drifted where. These people that own these boats and don't have a damn clue about boating. Oh boy. Yes. There's that boat earlier that's drifted all the way across the bay. Whoever did that. Let me pull it to the side here and let these people through. There we go. Okay, these docks, here's one here that's really low in the water. See that? Some people have come out and got their boats and put them back in their docks and marinas. Look at that, sitting on the water. And this was where I was earlier, where the waves were crashing up over the people's front porches and stuff. That was pretty wild. It's starting to back off. There's still a lot of water up there, but it's starting to back off. Earlier it was just kind of breaking in little 2-foot breakers over the front of these people's fences. It's pretty wild. Okay. Still on Bayshore Drive. Let's go see if anything drifted over here. A lot of boats have been moved. So, and it's a shame a lot of the businesses aren't going to be open because they'll bank, because it's quite peaceful, really. Yes, a lot of boats have been moved out. They've been put back to their docks. Because this was covered in boats earlier. They just moored them out in the middle of the bay there, hoping that they wouldn't end up on the shore. That did happen one year. It was pretty wild. You'd go to the beach and there'd be a boat sitting there for like 6 months on its side. Nobody ever comes out of it. Some people out here taking a walk. Lovely walk for the day. The air quality is just beautiful. Right now, there's a lady there that's about 90 walking her doggy. There's somebody out on the fishing pier checking it out. Good day for fishing, boy. When the weather gets stormy, you get some pretty outrageous fish. I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit. See if we can get right into that pier. Boy, that water is so up to that pier. That's a fishing pier, public fishing pier. Let's go look at this end. I was just up here earlier. I'm vlogging on film right now because the phone signal is so bad from this hurricane that all my earlier vlogs are really choppied out because the signal's so darn bad and I didn't have any room to type them. But yeah, the water is still pretty high over here, as you can see. Go ahead and put that up for a minute. But there's like really no rain. A little bit of sprinkle here and there, but it's about stopped. Now we still might get a few bursts in these areas, you know, throw-offs from the storm, because it runs in a circle and throws stuff out. Just like if you were running an electric fan, it would do the same thing. It pushes things away. So there'll still be a little bit of storminess and possible tornadoes in some spots. I think the Panhandle's pretty safe at this point. Now where I'm at is kind of very much inland, really. It's not at the open water. It has water around it, but it's not at the open water where I'm driving right now. It's a shame a lot of storms, because it could really do some good money if they open tonight, because people got so worried. There's a few boats left out here that are moored in the bay. There's that one there. He moved. He had a long line because he was way over there. Are you getting that on there? His boat was way out there. This guy is a sailor. He knew how long to leave that line, because that boat was a little bit further out. So he's put out a pretty big anchor line. This guy knew what he was doing. Whoever this is that owns the Louise boat, Louise, bravo, good job. That guy's a sailor, you can tell. He knows what he is doing. He put a real long line to allow for the surge, which is the water level rising. If you put an anchor in the ground, anchor your boat, and you've got a 20-foot line down in there, because this is quite shallow around here, and then the surge comes in, which is up to 9 feet, that means you're going to be dragging anchor, because the boat is floating above the top of the water. So you have to have enough line to accommodate when the water comes in. It's not hard to figure out. If you own a bathtub, go down to the store, get a little plastic kid's boat and toy section, stick it in the bathtub, fill the bathtub with 6 inches of water, make a little anchor with a line, tie it to your boat, then turn the water on and see what happens when you get it up to 12 inches. What's it gonna do? It's gonna float around and drag an anchor, because the anchor can't reach the bottom of the ocean. Very simple. Tom Thumb is closed by Eglin Air Force Base, Gate 8. There are some people driving now, probably because they're probably heading to the work at Eglin. I just happened to be in town this week, visiting some friends. So, cruising around, see what's going on. Getting a little bit of gusts just here and there, nothing major. The weather's beautiful right now. It's just at the right temperature. It's like probably 75, like California weather. A little bit of breeze here and there. A little bit of sprinkle here and there, nothing major. I don't see like a bunch of trees down, or lines down. Didn't hear sirens everywhere. There's a lot of leaves and stuff and little short branches down. Lots of leaves, pine needles, whatever. All over the ground. It's nothing major. It's not like trees across the road or anything weird like that. So nothing's open that I can see in Valparaiso area. Let's go see what's open in Niceville. It's about 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Touchdown of the hurricane day. The touchdown was at Panama City in Mexico Beach, the eye of the storm when it hit about 1:30 today. The wind's going to decrease rapidly around this area that I'm at today, because the storm is moving a little faster. It's changed its speed several times since this morning. So it's running like 15 miles an hour now. Waffle House is still open. They're the heroes. They're doing one bang up business today. They will be crying all the way to the bank. Ha ha ha. They're booming. And the Gin-Gin's supposed to stay open unless power goes out, which is probably not going to. And the BP gas station in Niceville is open for business if you need anything. There are a few cars out on the road now where there wasn't hardly any before. If you want some hot food, Waffle House or the Gin-Gin is open for Oriental food. The BP gas station's open if you need, your cigarettes or your smokes, your cokes, any of that kind of stuff. I don't see anything else opening. There's a bunch of traffic right here. People are getting up and alive and checking on things and trying to see if anything's open. And they look like a lot of local tags. There is one Alabama tag. But that's illegal as hell, right in the back of the truck. They won't like the cops here if they get caught doing that. It's really dangerous. I had an uncle that died that way, right in the back of the truck. Anyway, things are starting to resume to normal here. So I would venture to say it's quite safe to go out if you wish. I don't think all the wood windows and all that business they did on about 3 businesses up here was worth it. They should have looked at the weather report to figure out where the eye was going through, because it didn't do a thing for here. That's really embarrassing to waste all that wood. They could have fed poor people with that or something. But anyway, the BP in Niceville, Florida is open. They're there to wait on you with a smiling face. And I hope you enjoy your day. Stay safe. And I'm glad you're still alive. Love to you.